Department of Corrections. I am a small entity with Gwinnett County Corrections.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Thank you.
And so we house state and county offenders, and what I do is I oversee the vocation and education and cognitive behavior, the entire reentry program. And like I said, I work with Dr. Everson and the Gwinnett Tech staff to bring in vocational training, as well as we have GED, we have a welding program that we kind of brag about now at this point, because we do need to have those professional trainings inside of the facility, so that when these guys do leave, they leave with a trade.
Mm-hmm.
They leave with the certification, and it's really, really huge, because it takes some of the dark cloud off of their past behavior, because it allows the community to see, while being incarcerated, this is what I did with my time. I utilize this time to either further my education or get some type of skill set to go back into the community to get that gainful employment and stay employed. We have an 88%, we have a 100% graduation rate, and we have an 88% of gainful employment and retention rate. So we have quite a few guys who have been released, have started their own welding business, and some have even went back to the communities in which they actually offended in and gave back to the community. So it's really, really huge. I'm so grateful to be here and to hear how so many people are coming together and collaborating on changing the mindset of our employers, most importantly, on allowing them to ban the box, to allow these people to have a second chance at life, because we all know that we're all one mistake or one bad decision away from actually being on the opposite side. So I thank you so much for what you're doing. I greatly appreciate it.
Well, thank you for being here. And can you just pass that down to Jace Brooks and talk a little bit about the Georgia Center for Opportunity Better Work Gwinnett? Glad you could.
Yes, thank you. Sorry it was at last minute, but I'm so grateful to be here. And as you mentioned, I work with the Georgia Center for Opportunity, and I'm director of Better Work Gwinnett, which I'll explain in just a little bit. So GCO is a nonprofit, and we're a think tank. I almost hate to mention that because it makes me sound like I'm smarter than I am. Trust me, I'm typically the least intelligent person in the room at my organization, but think tanks work on policy. So we've done actually quite a bit of policy work in this area of reentry, returning citizens, prison reform. And so we're blessed to be able to work with a lot of organizations on that, with a lot of legislators as well, and blessed to work with some of the folks that have actually experienced that. So on the policy side, I do want to say we gave 2 thumbs up. So I won't speak for them, but I'm sure they would love to talk to you about being a sponsor on this legislation as well if you need that. But yeah, they were very, very pleased with this legislation. So thank you for your work on that side. So we're a little bit different from the typical think tank. Most think tanks just do policy work, and we do policy work around employment, education, and family. But we also do community work. So that's the side that I work on, and I do community work around employment. So we created Better Work Gwinnett, which is a coalition of about 24 organizations, community-based organizations here in Gwinnett County. And we help people get connected to good jobs. That's the long and short of what we do. A lot of the organizations we work with, including Gwinnett Tech and WIOA, they are part of the team and the chamber. So a lot of them help on the support services side. You heard mention that housing is a significant issue. So we work with a lot of the housing organizations. In fact, I'll tell you a story about what just happened earlier this morning. So housing, food, mental health, but I would say right now, based on looking at our stats, about almost 50% of the people that we work with have some sort of criminal history in their background. And it can be a significant barrier. As you heard, it follows them around and can be a significant employment barrier. And so we help, we've developed relationships with about 30 or so companies here in Gwinnett County that are committed to looking at these individuals getting in touch with them within 72 business hours of getting an application from them, and typically virtually guarantee a first interview. So we're thrilled with that. We're thrilled to work with this segment of our population. They do need second chances, right? That there's no reason that we should continue to penalize them for something that they've done in the past. So Representative Cantor, thank you so much for all the work that you do in that area, and we'd love to continue to work with you in that area as well. So this morning we were my organization, myself and the person that works with me, we were at the Lawrenceville Co-op, so food pantry. It was our first time going on site there, and so as the folks were coming through, picking up meals and food, they also had the opportunity to speak with us about employment. And we saw about 10 or 12 individuals during that time, and of that, it was about 40% had some sort of criminal history in their background, and they desperately wanted a job. That's what they were looking for. And our experience backs up what you've already heard. They make some of the best employees, some of the most loyal. They will show up on time. They're so thankful for the opportunity that they're given. They become some of the best employees. So it's a win-win, not only for them and their families in our community, but for those employers as well, to give them that chance and to take a look at that. So thank you again for helping to fund those opportunities and to get this legislation passed. We just are very thankful